All the market turmoil isn't affecting housing starts. They were up in July. For more on that, we're joined by Mathieu Laberge. He is the acting chief economist at the Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation. Thank you very much for joining us today.
My pleasure.
So what do you make of housing starts not being affected?
Well, actually, the housing market in Canada is quite healthy and remains supported by positive fundamentals, namely the economic recovery, immigration, and household growth. So what we observe today is an increase mostly due to the increase in multiple units that are more volatile than a singles unit, and that increase in multiple unit happened across Canada, from Atlantic to BC, with the only exception of Quebec.
So some regions are faring better.
Yeah, for example, in the Atlantic region and in BC, the increase was above 30%, and was also positive in Ontario, while Quebec saw a slight decrease of 7.8%.
Mathieu, for those who aren't familiar with the term housing starts, what does that refer to?
Well, a housing starts is when you start building a housing unit. A housing unit being either a single detached home, a multiple unit, which can be either an apartment or a semi-detached home, for example. So when you start building it, we consider it as a housing start.
Okay, now we have not seen the housing market woes that have plagued the United States. Why is that? What's that based on?
Well, basically, financial markets in Canada are more stable than in the United States, and Canada fared with the last recession much better than our south border neighbor. So that had an impact on housing market indeed. That's supported as well. The economic recovery in the future will continue to support housing market, as well as immigration. People coming in increase the demand for housing, therefore they are supporting the housing market.
So you see this as a trend that will likely continue?
Well, actually, what we see as a trend is moderation. We expect housing starts to go back in line with more demographic fundamentals, so maybe in the range 170 to 180. So they should, for the remaining of this year and for next year, decrease slightly to go back in line with demographic fundamentals.
All right, Mathieu Laberge, thank you very much for your time.
I thank you.